this is where it is important to understand that being intentional, just because you say, I want to be intentional now, you're going to be for the rest of your life. No, not at all. You have to stay accountable to yourself every day. Just like Ghost of Global Productions was just saying, okay, Sha, it's like, you have got to be willing to put in the sweat. If you actually dedicated, if you actually set up a plan, if you actually set actions so that you can go forward, upwards, to actually be able to come and speak to me and expect me to help you. Because what? I'm not your daddy. You're not my mommy. You're not his. You know what I mean? Like, don't ask of people to help you if you've not done the work. At least that's how I feel. And the truth is that I have learned that the only way I'm going to ask somebody for something is if I know that I can be accountable for it, and that I can actually show face and actually can deliver. But again, I've learned not to, anything that I can do by myself, I do it by myself. And that is utterly important. Utterly important. Again, that's for me. So being intentional is about staying on top of yourself, understanding that if you want something, you will get it. But just understand that whatever you get and whatever you want may not necessarily be what was meant to be for you in the first place. So you have got to accept sometimes that, if it's taken away from your path, it's because either it's not meant to be for you now, and it's gonna be for you tomorrow, because you needed to be prepared. There's a preparedness that comes with pain, that comes with not getting what you want in the first place, that either will make you or break you. And it's okay to feel broken, and it's okay to feel like you've lost, especially for example if you talk about relationship. It's okay to feel profoundly depressed, to feel like you've been broken by someone, this and that and the other. But it's like you're giving that person too much power, and you're giving too much power to the emotion, which is understandable because the heart has its reason that reason itself doesn't freaking understand. Even you sometimes like, why the hell? But that's where it is also important to have. It's very important to have self-love, and to be gentle with yourself, and to understand that it's okay. Because of course the reflex of people around you is to keep you moving, is to keep you going forward, and that is very important to have these kind of people. But one has to be understanding of their true, honest capacities and understand their rhythm. Some people will use a set of artificial distractions and so on and so forth to make them feel again, make their life look super good, that everything is cool. But once that selfie is done, or once that appearance is found to be alone in its own four walls, it's all gone, because you see the true self and you feel like, fuck, why am I lying? Because I want to look good, because I want to look strong, because I want to look this. No, fuck that, man. Oh, you shouldn't show yourself weak. Because what? Because I'm not supposed to be human? I don't have the right to be weak? You have the right to be weak. You have the right to even want to drop the ball. And you can actually drop the ball for a couple of hours, a couple of days. You need to let it go. You need to disconnect in order for you to reconnect. You need to touch the depths of that pit in order to climb back up. But if you're not willing to go all the way down, you will always be in an intermediary space. And that is a space where you cannot commit to anything, not even commit to being intentional. The moment you allow yourself to not kick yourself back up, to not just be like, what, fuck this. I am better than my circumstances. However, I have to learn something from them. I have to learn something from that painful experience, because I am meant to be something greater than what I am. I am put through these sets of challenges to be better than where I am. to get to a different place. So for example, and I see that, for example, again, oh, this man was not good for you, or this woman was not good for you. Maybe, but the point is that that judgment of value, and again, I'm not saying that if somebody's beating you, they're good. No. Fuck that. Kick that person out of your life, because you don't need that kind of people in your life. This toxicity, there's different levels, right? Of course. But I think that ultimately the problematic is that people, and especially us men, we are not taking enough time and we're not holding enough space for one another to be able to pour out our hearts and to pour out our emotions, so that we can be able to fully live in the intentional mindset that we set for ourselves. Because that's the problem. When your boys are telling you, come on, stay strong. Look, I've seen big dudes. I've seen big dudes lose their lives. When I say big dudes, I'm telling you, like, big dudes, like, physically the guy's like this monster and he's always positive, smiling. Are you good? Yeah, cool. Next thing you know, the guy hanged himself, bro. Because the pressure that guy had in his personal life was not able to be released, because the set of friends and the set of people around him did not allow him to actually put his knees on the floor and cry and say, bro, I need help. I need you to just listen to me, But the problematic is that when you feel like no one can understand what you're going through, for example, here you're saying that, Emmanuel, that's the problematic. You have got to figure out what it is that you can actually handle yourself and what it is that you cannot handle yourself. By that, what I mean is that sometimes you need to be able to speak or to listen to somebody that's going to motivate you, that's going to give you the necessary set of tools to be like, oh shit, I didn't look at my problem this way. How about I go about it from this suggested point? Because what do you have to lose? If you don't try, you won't know. So try and then adapt it to your reality. For example, the amount of conversations that I've had with Keisha, for example, we don't agree on everything. But however, if I feel like there is something that he's saying that is valuable in that I must, take action upon, I will either to, if based on the conversation that I have with him or anyone else for that matter, I can adapt that directly as it is given to me in my system, great. Otherwise, I'll fine tune it. That's why it is important to speak with people of trust. And how do you speak to people of trust? Because how do you build trust? How do you even earn someone's trust? It is all in your behavior. Sometimes trying to do too much will make people run away from you. Sometimes not doing enough will do the same. It's about harmony and balance and understanding that, hey, look, where can I say this? How can I say this? Understanding how the other function. I have some people, some friends, for example, they're amazing, very upbeat. When you're going through tough times, they're not there for you. They're unable to, it's not that they're not there for you. They don't understand how to comfort you and how to just find the words to just help you feel better. Or just be a good ear. So what they'll do is they'll be like, oh, you'll be fine. Oh, good. And then, however, they want to talk about their problems. And so, doesn't mean that this person is a bad friend. I guess you could say that. But at the same time, if you're looking at things from that black and white position, yes, of course, then, you're going to cut things in the middle. And sometimes it's good, but not everyone in your life serves for every aspects of your life. Some friends are good for this kind of conversation. Some friends are good for this kind of conversation, etc., etc. You don't share everything the same way with everyone, right? So if you're being selective with the information that you share with those you share it with, same goes for everything in your life. Understand that everybody has a place and a role to serve in your existence, and the moment you're humbling yourself to that, and you're understanding that, you are meant to be accomplishing your life in the best conditions possible, then you will be intentional. Because having no aims in your life will lead you to hit walls constantly and consistently. I am intentional with my life. I'm intentional with what I want. I'm intentional with what I want of myself. Look, I was giving you this example about me being this chubby teenager and, feeling super bad about myself, this and that. And then, my boys was like, yo, fuck that, man. You're good. Let's go. Let's go. Did they really believe that? I don't know. But you know what? They made me believe in myself. They helped me believe in myself. And it is super important for you to, again, know that there are people who will make you, and that's the thing. Don't be fooled. There are people that are happy to see you doing things that are not good for you. They say, go, 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 go. Let's go, man. Let's go. But they're letting you go directly towards a massive wall that's going to wreck up your whole self. So a good friend, in my opinion, is also someone that can say, hey, look, what you're doing, you're fucking about now. Stop it. Oh, what do you mean? No. We're not going to do this. You need people that hold you accountable, but that also hold you in love, in respect, and in understanding. Because you know what? We're not all supposed to be the same as this or that person. You are your very unique self. That does mean you cannot evolve, and you must always try to evolve. It's super important. Oh, I'm this way, fuck it. You got to take me as I am. Really? I don't think so. Because there's a point where it's like I have a friend of mine who says that, he's bro, I'm always straightforward, man. I'm always straightforward. That's how I do. Bro, how do you think that you being straightforward is a way to insult people's integrity, to make people feel bad about themselves because you have an opinion about them? Who the fuck are you? I know I'm just going to speak my mind. Bro, nobody asked you to speak your fucking mind. That's what you don't understand. Nobody has asked you to speak your mind. So shut your fucking mouth and just live your fucking life. And so when you understand that, it's like, yeah, but come on. No, there's no come on. There's understand that this is, come on, man. Respect. And so, you can't force people into being something that they're not ready to be. Give people time. And if you don't have the time to give them time, then, let them be and do you. But, understand that, if you're not going to go through the process and you directly want to go to the Holy Grail, first of all, you're not going to get the Holy Grail. And, even if you do, it's not going to last long because you've not been prepared. I consider that every sufferance and every pain that I go through, that you go through, is a preparation for the great things that are supposed to come into your life, man. And in order for you to be prepared for what's coming into your life, you have got to put, again, in action, the vision. Another thing, before I wrap this hour, as we have quarantine grooves right after this show. Another thing that's very important. You see, as a kid, I wanted to be a multi-billionaire because I wanted to build hospitals, schools, this and that, shelters for animals. I wanted no more orphan kids, etc., etc. I had all these ideals, and as I grew to become a man and to see what life really is, and being able and fortunate to work in a field that I love and that I'm passionate about, the music industry, and wearing so many hats, because this is the thing. I started, not even knowing where the hell I was going to get, but I had a vision. I wanted to work with, all the guys that I admired, and I became intentional. By doing what? By working on my craft. And then one time, I got introduced to one guy who introduced me to another guy, and then boom, I'm working with this dude, and then we become roommates. You know, we become roommates for 3 years almost. Alton Miller, and so from that point,